So I have some interesting information. I was having stomach pain after I had my baby. Not a lot, not big attacks, not the big, huge sphincter of Vody dysfunction attacks, but just like pain. It was a little more than what I usually would have. Like, I got used to having just like annoying pains that everybody talk about, like on the right side and stuff. So I really didn't think too much of it. I went to my doctor, my GI doctor, my new GI doctor, Philip Goldstein, who I love. And I saw his GI nurse practitioner. My baby's starting to cry, I might have to grab him. He's sick, we're both sick. I saw the practitioner, and she wanted me to have an MRCP to check my bile ducts. So I went to go have an MRCP done. They couldn't do it because I have just recently got a copper IUD, and they were afraid. Come here, buddy. Oh, they were afraid that the copper IUD would burn me if they did the MRCP. So I called my doctor back. They're like, oh, we can do some other testing. We'll do some labs, more labs. And then they wanted to do a scope and like a regular basic scope. And then they're like, well, we'll see if we're gonna do an ultrasound or a CAT scan or something different. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I don't want to do the scope because every time I've ever had a regular scope, it does nothing, it shows nothing. I only get that if my esophageal spasm starts to act up, then I need to have that stretched. That's the only time I ever do that. Because every time I've ever had one, it shows nothing at all. So, I ended up going and getting a CT. They did barium. I did an oral barium contrast, and then they did IV contrast. And usually I'm all worried and I think, oh, they're gonna find something on there, and then they never find anything. So this time I wasn't worried at all. I thought, there's nothing. They never find anything. So I ended up calling to get my results the next day. My results were in fast, and they told me that now I have a mass in my stomach. So I started, like, I was asking them questions, like, well, what do you mean I have a mass? They're like, well, you have a mass, and now we need you to come in next week so that you can have a scope because we need to see what this mass is. Well, I'm sick. You could tell in my voice I'm sick. I was very, very sick the other night. And I had to get tested for COVID, and my baby is sick as well, so that's why he's a little fussy. I will talk about my COVID symptoms here in just a couple of minutes that I had. But to go on with my stomach stuff, my liver enzymes are elevated again. Not high. I think for the range on here for my ALT, anything over 32 is high, mine's 60. My AST is up in the 30s, usually that's down. Both of those are usually down for me. If I'm not having problems, they're like 12, 17, something like that. But now they've went up. And one night when I was having really bad stomach pain, I should have went to the hospital and got tested then because they probably were a lot higher. I got tested after that, my lab's done after that pain, so my enzymes were actually probably going down from that episode that I had. So I wish I would have went the night that I was having pain. But so now I'm gonna go next week and I'm gonna get a scope done, and I'm really hoping that it's nothing bad. I've had 2 friends pass away from cancer. I had a friend, she passed away in her 20s, both with kids too, and they're young. My friend Ruth passed away the month my very first baby was born, my daughter. She passed away from a rare liver cancer. And then my friend Jen just passed away this past November. She was 31 of colon cancer. And I watched both of them with those cancers, and they struggled. And I don't want to have to go through something like that, especially after all the sphincter voting stuff. The only other thing that could be a possibility, which I know I always talk about hyocytosis, it's so good, it does stop the attacks. After having the sphincterotomy, I do not regret taking it, because I couldn't live in that pain no more. Somebody had told me before that it can paralyze your colon, and I was looking into it, and the other thing that it could be is I could have hardened food inside of my stomach, and that can be caused because my hyoscyacosamine and baclofen stop my gut from moving. It helps stop the spasms. That's why I take it, because I don't want all the movement. But it can cause you to develop gastroparesis. And I know in general, with sphincter voti dysfunction, gastroparesis is actually very common. A lot of people have gastroparesis with that. I don't know why. So I could have just developed gastroparesis, or my medication has caused me to have it. It's a long-term chronic condition. I hope I don't have that, and I hope I don't have cancer. But I guess if I had to have one thing, I would rather have gastroparesis than cancer. So I have a lot of testing coming up this next week, and I'll post a video about my results, and then to talk about what happened with this illness and why I think I have COVID. I started about a week ago getting really, really tired, but I didn't think anything of it at all, nothing at all. I didn't have a fever, nothing. I just started getting tired, and at nighttime, I would just pass out, almost as if like when you're pregnant and you're so tired and you just can't keep your eyes open. And I knew I wasn't pregnant because I have copper IUD now, so I knew that was not the case. I just thought I was just really tired because I have 3 kids, 1 stepchild, so we have 4 kids. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm so tired from all these kids all the time. Well, then one morning I woke up and I had to go to the bathroom, like ASAP. I had, what I had. And I had that all day. I took Imodium. Didn't think anything of it. I had a headache for like 3 days. Well, then later on that night, I kind of started getting a little bit of a stuffy nose. I took a shower, and then when I got out of the shower, it just hit me out of nowhere, just like this instant. I had the chills. I was so cold. It was like my bones were cold. I had to wear like 3 shirts, a hoodie, warm pants. I was under a blanket, and I had a heating pad. I was so cold I could not get my body to warm up, and then I was also having stomach pain. And I was nauseous, and I felt horrible. I thought I had food poisoning. But then my symptoms just keep going. I have the stuffy nose. My kids are getting it. My 3.5-year-old, he's got it now. My baby's got it now. We are just, like, my whole family's getting it pretty much. So I went and got a COVID test, and now we are in quarantine. But I'm waiting for my results, so they should be in on Monday. I'm hoping that's not what I have, but I'm pretty sure I do. I get dizzy. I have like a little bit of a cough, almost kind of like an allergy cough. I guess I could just have allergies, but I doubt it with the chills. I don't think that it's just allergies. But who knows? The chills could be from my stomach if I have cancer. So I have like so many things going on. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully I know more after I get my COVID test, and then I can get my scope, and then I have a better idea of what's going on in my body. So whenever I find out, I will tell you what's going on, especially if it is the hyoscyacosamine that caused me to have gastroparesis, in case anybody else is taking that so that they, know that that can happen. If it makes you feel better, I say keep taking it, because let me tell ya, I could not live with that pain, and nobody else seems to have any other solution, so whatever. If it works for you and you're happy, I say keep doing it, because if I have another spasm, even if I have gastroparesis, I'm taking it, because I am not going to live like that. So, it is what it is, and I look at it as you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. You have no other options. And being in severe pain and not being able to stop it is not an option I want. So, gastroparesis it is. Anyways, I guess I'm going to get off here. And then here within the next week, sorry if I'm making you dizzy by wiggling my phone around, trying to rock my little baby here so he stays asleep. But here in the next week, when I get more answers, I'll post more videos and I'll let you know. So, have a good night.